D-Gens, what's up, man? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Welcome in, guys. All right, let's pull up some chart action here. Right? Just give me a second here, guys. All right. What do we got? What do we got going on here? Legend of Alexander off the hop. Stater can on fire. Can you do a price prediction on it? Absolutely, I can, brother. For you, I got you, brother. I got you right off the hop. Let's have a look. Stater. I love me some Stater. 43.8% up. Very, very juicy, man. I like it. Let's go to the live chart. Let's go to the live chart, baby. Look at that. Look at this. We charted this the other day, remember? And I put this trend line in and said that it was going to break. Look at it. I put the trend line in and said we were going to break to the upside, and we broke up beautifully on it. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. All right. So what do we got? You said that this was, what was the all-time high? On this chart, it's only $1.93. I think you said over on CoinMarketCap it was like $8 or something, didn't you? Hang on. Let me look at this on CoinMarketCap first. Stater. All right. So all-time high. Yeah, no, it doesn't say $8 on CoinMarketCap either. CoinGecko. Oh, CoinGecko says the all-time high was. Holy crap! It says the all-time high was $30 in 2022. Holy crap, man! $30. Holy crap! Hang on. I don't know why the live chart doesn't show that then. Because I'm looking at. Yeah, $8.93 on CoinGecko, it says. Huh. Anyway, looking over here. Yeah, like I said, you seem to have this, like when you zoom out, this is a pretty big breakout that I'm seeing here, because like if we get rid of this, that was more of a smaller time frame, but I mean, you've got this you've got kind of this pattern going, a much bigger pattern. I mean, you could even I guess it's not really a wick, right? You've kind of broken out on your third step here, your third touch, right? I don't know why it doesn't go any further than that on the daily. Candles, bars, yeah. So, but yeah, this likely is going to have a rather large break to the upside here. I do think that it can get back to its all-time high after I've reassessed it here. It's only got a $47.6 million market cap right now, so it could definitely fly. It's in the liquidity staking governance, right? Yeah, I mean, like I said before, man, I think I told you this before. For me, I'm looking at like all-time high, maybe $8, $8 to $10. But what I would say is, I personally, depending on how much I'm holding, I would probably start to try to find my way out of it. Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't on camera. I'd probably start to try to find my way out of it around $5. I would start taking some profits off the table. But yeah, definitely back to all-time high. Market cap is nice and low. It's got a good narrative. It's been a solid performer. I mean, it's rocking today, 43% on the day, man. On the week, what's the week look like? 18% on the week, 121% on the 2 week, and 167 on the month. This one's just getting started, brother. How much? Alexander, how much of this project do you hold? How much state are you holding right now? If you don't mind me asking, I don't mean dollar value, just how many tokens are you holding of this bad boy right now, man? And what was your entry point on it? I would absolutely love to know that. All right. While I'm waiting for the live chart only shows from when they put it on CoinGecko. Oh yeah, that explains it. Yeah. Okay, so you've got 45,500 at 45 cents. Nice. That is awesome. I would hold on to this mofo, man, till $5 or $6. I wouldn't let it go for less than that, man. It's gonna run nicely, in my opinion. I would need to know how much of the supply that they've put into circulation through this bear market to know for sure. But assuming they didn't completely water down the supply, which they didn't. There's only 49 million in circulation out of 120 million, so that's not too bad. So yeah, I'm thinking depending on their token unlock, I think it could go pretty well. I think it could go pretty well, brother. So yeah, I would be guessing around $5-6, man. That's what I would be looking for. All right, guys, if you have an altcoin request, put it in the chat there. There's a goal at the top, so definitely go check that out. And I'll get to your altcoin. I'll give you a price target and all that fun stuff. Okay, so what do we have here, guys? JASMY's having a little bit of a pullback right now. Wow, 2 cents, 1.58. I'm guessing that Bitcoin kind of pulled back a little bit. Is that why? Maybe, but it's having a little bit of a pullback. It's kind of ping-ponging here, which is fine. As long as we stay above the 100-day SMA, I am perfectly fine with it. I do not want to see a daily close below that 100-day SMA before we see Bitcoin take off again, right? So if we're going to ping-pong here, I don't know if you guys can see what's happening here, but we have a golden cross that is forming, that's coming here, guys, in the next, I don't know, possibly week and a half. You can see that the 50-day or the 30-day, SMA continues to work its way up here, right? And the 100-day continues, right? We're going to have a golden cross right here roughly in the next, I don't know, next week and a half, 2 weeks. We're likely going to see this golden cross take shape right here. And that is going to cause the price to go kapow, right? So we do have a golden cross coming on the daily time frame, guys. Let's go have a look at the weekly, see what's going on over there. Oh, I do that all the time. All right, so weekly's looking good as well. We retested this downward trend line on the weekly time frame, and we've rejected off the 30-day SMA on the weekly. Got to get above there, guys. As long as we stay outside of here, outside of this trend line, above it, we're good. Weekly looks okay to me. We've had our retest, right? We broke out. We've had our retest. Next is that, guys. So this is the weekly, right? So in the next 2 weeks, we're likely going to have we've had this retest. We're likely going to have this in the next 2 weeks. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing on JASMY. Now, that coincides perfectly with the golden cross that I just pointed out to you guys that's coming on the daily time frame. It's about a week and a half, 2 weeks away. So it all lines up for a breakout roughly a week and a half to 2 weeks away on JASMY, possibly sooner, right? But that's what I would be looking for on JASMY. If we go have a look over at Bitcoin, it's back. Bitcoin's kind of fallen briefly back inside the symmetrical triangle here. It's sitting right on it. It wicked down inside of it. But as long as it closes outside of this symmetrical triangle, things seem to be fairly healthy still. So that's good. Yeah. So again, I got to keep stating it, guys. We're going to have a bit of resistance right here at 94, 95K. If we can break through that, though, this is going to be a major level of resistance right here between 98,600 and 100,000. That is going to be very hard to break. It's probably going to take us till the end of the year to break this, guys, right? $100,000 for Bitcoin is going to be a powerful psychological level. There's going to be a lot of shorts there. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure. It's going to be very hard to break above that level. A lot of people are talking about it like it's just going to happen like that, you know, like Bitcoin's just going to go doop-a-doop-a-doo and just smash through $100,000. That is not going to happen, guys. $100,000 has been a massive psychological level since the last bull run. It's been like 6 or 7 years or something like that. It's been a psychological level. So Alexander, can you do DIA also? Everyone is screaming about this one. Also, Bonk had a massive run. I think we see JASMY over 6.8 cents next week. Yeah, okay, so DIA, I've heard a lot about DIA, actually. A lot of people have been asking me about that. I do not hold any of it, but let's go have a look. All right, so 72 cents right now. Yes, I have heard a lot about this. Look at this massive dip we just had today on it, though. Massive sell-off. Volume went from 15 million all the way down to 15 million 6. It's not that bad. Looks worse, I suppose, than it was. But still, that's a 75 cents, a 3 cent drop. And it's such a violent drop, though. You know, very, very violent drop. Let's go look at the live chart. Yeah, look at that drop off. This has been in a downward trajectory for a while now. Yeah, look at that. I mean, seems to keep bumping off of this, right? For the most part, this is likely a wick. So yeah, we got to come back up here. Breaking above this trend line would be, you know, very, very necessary. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion, DIA is it's a very good buy right now. It's kind of bottomed out, as you can see. Like if you look across here, look at this, right? It's kind of bottomed out, right? So I don't think it's going much lower than that, to be honest with you. So, I mean, as we ping pong inside of here, in the meantime, it would not be a bad DCA opportunity, in my opinion, scoop some of it up. So, I don't know. Definitely. Let's just, yeah. If we go over to the daily, we'll have a look. Yeah, same thing. Ooh, actually, you know what? On the daily time frame, this looks actually kind of ugly. This looks kind of ugly on the daily time frame, man. We've got ourselves a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern going here on the daily time frame. We might see a breakdown on this. I would say on the daily, piss off. I would say on the daily time frame, we may very well see this bad boy dump all the way down to, we could see this bad boy. I mean, I don't think it'll go quite that far down to 17 cents, but I mean, we could see a significant drop, right? Depending on support levels. Whereabouts are we here? Doesn't really have any real support levels though either, right? I mean, maybe right here. There's a little bit of significance right here. We've had some resistance, right? So, I mean, maybe somewhere around that 39 to 40 cent level, there's some support. It seems to have caught down here as well. Little bit of a catch there. I don't know how powerful that support level is going to be either, but it looks on the daily time frame like you are going to see a drop in this, man. So if it's me, now that I'm looking at it on the daily, I would probably wait for the drop on this. It's going to have a bit of a dump, in my opinion, and that's where I'd probably pick it up, probably somewhere around 58 cents, 58 to 60 cents. That's kind of what it looks like to me, man. So yeah. So maybe a good DCA opportunity coming up for you on that one, brother. I would definitely have one eye on it for sure. So yeah. All right. Back over to the Bitcoin chart. All right. Yes. So we're sitting right on the top of this trend line for the symmetrical triangle. Like I was saying, a break to the upside here, $100,000 is going to be difficult to break through, guys. I wouldn't sit here hoping that we're going to break $100,000 anytime this month, despite the fact that we have time. We will likely come close. We'll probably come up somewhere right up here around that 94, 95K. That's roughly where I think we're going to end up this month. And then next month in December, Santa Rally will probably test 86 to 86,000 or 96,000, 98,006, sorry, to 100,000. But we're not getting through there. We're not getting through there, in my opinion. It would take something mega, ultra, Superman bullish for that to happen. So, all right, let's go have a look across the market. So XRP still holding strong, guys. $1.05 got all the way up to $1.23. That's crazy. That is crazy. XCN still looking sexy at 2016. Miria's looking good, up 11.7% still. JASMY 5.5%. Market's pulling back a little bit, it looks like, because Bitcoin had a violent little dump to the downside there to 89,800. So it kind of shocked the altcoins a little bit. So it might not be a bad DC opportunity on some of your alts, guys. Proppy's looking juicy at $1.21. I was telling you guys to get in Proppy under $1 though, guys. Man, I hope some of you guys listened to me on that. Turbo might not be a bad idea to increase a position on Turbo. XLM's pumping with XRP. They've always been correlated in price though, right? Their charts have always been super correlated, so I'm not shocked at all. Corium still pumping. Flare still up 13.5%. The XRP ecosystem's looking good. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. All right, guys. So as always, I will get into the chat in the second half of the stream, and unless you send your question or your altcoin over in a super chat, then I'll get to it right away. I showed this morning, guys, but I felt it was relevant enough to show it again this evening. This is the this is right here. If you can see my cursor, right? Right now we're up 26.44% in November. In the last bull run in 2020, right down here, we closed at 42.95%. Now, I did the math on this earlier today, and if in the live stream, so if you missed it, go watch it, because I'm not going to put you guys through that again. But the end result, guys, is that if we mirror right here what we did here, so we have October, November, and then you come up here to January, February, March. If we mirror those 5 months, right? In this time around, by the time we get to April, if it was an exact mirror, we would be around $280,000 per Bitcoin. But if we're conservative, we can say it is entirely possible we could be around $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of March, even if we underperform by $80,000 per Bitcoin. That's a pretty big margin for success, in my opinion, right? So the next 5 months could be very, very nice. Can you imagine what altcoins are going to do in that? If that altcoins outperform Bitcoin by thousands of percentages, guys. Okay, just keep that in mind. So if that's what Bitcoin does, holy smokes on the altcoins. All right, moving on. What do we have here? We have a little bit of a video for you here. Simply Bitcoin. Luke Broyles on on nation states using Bitcoin as a unit of account in terms of oil and how we are still early.
Not 1, not 2, not 5, 10 total states in the United States of America also right now are working on strategic Bitcoin reserve policy. I've had that confirmed to me by the Satoshi Action Fund. 10. 10 of the US states. In addition to 10 US states are 4 countries. 4 countries right now are working on legislation to begin getting off zero at the strategic level. Obviously, Michigan and Wisconsin had their pension funds begin allocating into Bitcoin. So there's a lot of influence coming. There's a lot of stacking coming at the sovereign level. So a lot of people have been speculating, oh, with all this price action, who's buying, right? Is it someone in the Middle East? Is it someone with a lot of oil? Putin said he might want to consider pricing oil and Bitcoin. Maybe it's Putin, right? There's a lot of speculation, but the thing we do know is that if we were to price all the Bitcoin in the world with oil, right? If we were to have Bitcoin be the unit of account with just oil, forget real estate, forget fine art, forget stocks, forget bonds, forget all fiat money, forget every other commodity or security on the planet, just oil is 1,272 satoshis for every barrel of oil. And that means, again, forgetting every other asset in the world, if you own 1 Bitcoin, you effectively own the oil equivalent of 78,616 barrels. If you got 10 Bitcoin, congrats, you have 780,000 barrels of oil. If you have a tenth of a Bitcoin, congrats, you got 7,800 barrels of oil, right? My point is, if this game theory accelerates, if these 4 nations in the next 12 months do come out and publicly acknowledge their strategic reserves, I think that we can begin to start talking about this idea of pricing oil in terms of Bitcoin, just like Putin himself described. And so my point is, it might feel like it's too late for Bitcoin because the number has gone up a lot, right? I mean, it's up, what, 20, 30% the last few days alone, right? Like, it might feel like it's too late. But just like I said at the beginning of the talk regarding Manhattan, it's actually the inverse. If anything, you're too early. If anything, you are going to be remembered as this crazy, crazy person that was somehow in Bitcoin before we started pricing it oil. Can you imagine how much purchasing power they have, right? So my encouragement is stop looking at Bitcoin in terms of random numbers, a random price, or a random number of Satoshis. Think about that reality that the average person will probably have less than 50,000 Satoshis if Bitcoin becomes a global medium of account, or not medium of account, unit of account, medium of exchange. And think of it in terms of barrels of oil, right? Think of your Bitcoin stack, and whenever you feel like I'm too late, I don't have enough, it's not worth a lot, think of it in terms of barrels of oil. How many barrels of oil do you own? So, like I said, it feels like it's too late because there's lots of people in here in Bitcoin that have been around longer than you, that have bought more Bitcoin than you, that have read more Bitcoin books, listened to more Bitcoin podcasts than you, all that stuff, right? So it might feel like you're too late, but my encouragement is right now, we disproportionately have a lot of whole coiner friends, multi-whole coiner friends, right? Disproportionately, again, we're in 1630s Manhattan. Like, everyone we know is super, super early to Bitcoin. And so therefore, we're biased to think we're too late. Where actually it's the opposite. Man, this clicker. Actually, it's the opposite. So on the screen here is a visual graphic of all the people in the world. That little guy at the top left, a fraction of that guy, 1 in 1,000, is all the whole coiners. And a fraction of that fraction is all the multi-whole coiners. So I only got 1 Bitcoin. You're not too late. I only got 5 Bitcoin. You're not too late, right? This is my point. We're on the eve of nation-state adoption, right? We have less in common with the near future than the ancient past, right? For the entirety of Bitcoin's history, we've gone from 0 to 1, maybe 2 if you argue Bhutan, nation-state adopters. Okay, very soon we can have half a dozen within a year. What happens the year after that? What happens the year after that, right? So again, don't compare yourself as to quote unquote how early I am to Bitcoin based on your peer group today and all of our friends in this room. Compare it to the graphic on the screen here.
He's absolutely right, guys. He's absolutely right. And the supply continues to dwindle. Personally, that is why over on the Patreon, what we're doing is we are turning everyone there through this process of making money through altcoins into whole coiners in the bear market, right? Everyone's going to hold at least 1 full Bitcoin, and that is a no sell until at least $1 million a coin, right? That is the plan as it is laid out. All right, what else do we got? Michael Van de Pop says, we're going to be in a stage where FOMO is going to be happening. We're far from it right now, but it will come fast. What do you do? Now, this is a message, guys, to everyone who doesn't know, right? Stay calm. I know a lot of you guys have a hard time with that. Take your profits and swap those, if altcoins, to BTC and ETH and gold. Be happy with the profits. Exactly. Doesn't matter how much you make. If you're hoping for $5 million and you only make $1 million, guys, just be happy with it, right? Don't sit there and let hindsight destroy you. And then again, over on the Patreon, what we're going to be doing through this bear market is making sure that you are utilizing your profits properly. You're not blowing it all on stupid stuff like Lamborghinis. We're going to be, investing it. We're going to be making our money work for us. We're going to be preparing for the next bull run as well by building out brand new portfolios. Get your butts over to the Patreon, guys. You're definitely missing out. All right, what else do we got? Simply Bitcoin, 10 lawmakers in 10 different states are ready to introduce strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation. This is just the beginning. Do you see, guys? I keep saying the amount of Bitcoin that's going to be available keeps dwindling, and people are like snickering about it. They're like, yeah, like we're going to run out of Bitcoin. Yes, we are. We are. And you're going to be sitting there looking stupid because you didn't believe me, right? I'm telling you. We see these companies putting it on their balance sheets. MicroStrategy, Microsoft is voting December 9th to put it on their balance sheets. We're seeing not only governments on a federal level, but state level. They're looking at 10 states now want to put it on their balance sheets. Is like, guys, Trump's crypto policies, including a strategic Bitcoin stockpile and pro-crypto regulations, could reshape the U.S. financial landscape. Get the full breakdown on how these proposals could affect the company. And I have an article here on it. All right, what else do we have? Crypto exchange inflows and outflows, guys. Explained. Cryptocurrency exchange flows have become one of the most crucial metrics for understanding market sentiment and the digital asset space. And that's a problem. That's something we also discuss on the Patreon, is understanding liquidity, understanding inflows versus outflows. So inflows, representing the influx of liquidity into exchanges, can positively impact prices. Conversely, outflows indicate the withdrawal that can exert prices downward. So we've been doing a lot of learning over on the Patreon about this stuff, right? A lot of education. That's what people are going to need going into the next bull run. Need education, need to understand why things work the way they work. RFK Jr. backs Howard Lutnick as Trump's Treasury Secretary, citing his strong Bitcoin expertise. Quote here from his tweet: Bitcoin is the currency of freedom, a hedge against inflation for middle-class Americans, and a remedy against the dollar's downgrade from the world's reserve currency, and the off-ramp from a ruinous national debt. Bitcoin will have no stronger advocate than Howard Lutnick. Absolutely amazing, guys. This is happening. This is happening, guys, right in front of your faces. And you're going to be able to say, I was there. All right, Lark Davis says, is Doge ready to make a new all-time high?
Legendary trader Peter Brandt predicts that an all-time high for the largest meme coin is just around the corner after Doge created an inverse head and shoulder pattern. This is a bullish pattern that usually breaks to the upside with often dramatic effect. This is a big possibility, of course, since Elon Musk, Trump's biggest supporter, is a known Dogecoin fan. The Integrated Department of Government Efficiency, the Doge Department. Meme coin trading, of course, is usually hard and carries a lot of risk. However, I have created an ultimate meme coin guide to help you navigate the lucrative but also very dangerous meme coin game. Just comment guide and I will send it to you right now for free. Check.
It's absolutely hilarious, guys. I get comments in the comment section of videos, and people who are whining about price. There's still, believe it or not, there's still people whining and crying about price action on their altcoins. Still, they're still bearish and crying like baby girls, right? So here's the thing. So they make comments in the comment section of my videos, and I think that they're under the impression that I'm somehow here or obligated to argue with them about how they feel. And at the end of the day, my only response to people who are feeling bearish and want to sit there and say, oh, the price is down, the price isn't doing what I want it to do. My response is simple. Sell all your bags and short it. If you're that confident it's going down, sell all your bags and short it. Not financial advice. You do you, boo-boo. But if you want to whine and you want to complain and you want to cry and you're confident that the prices are going down, short it. Show your confidence. Put your money where your mouth is, right? All right, so what do we got here? Warning, we have our first exchange suspending XRP networks. Blowfin is currently not allowing deposits or withdrawals of XRP. The supply shock is coming. Starting to see a supply shock on XRP, guys, from the latest pump action. Binance also suspended transactions on XRP earlier today as well. So something to keep an eye on as supply and demand takes hold. And this is going to be you guys, all of you, right? Bear market, FUD, made it all the way through it all. And then here's all your friends and family down here. What do they say? Oh, he's just lucky. He's just lucky, man. Like, that's all. It didn't deal with all the FUD and the emotions and everything, stress and everything in the bear market. He's just lucky. Yeah, I wish we were just lucky, guys. Unbelievable. It's true, though. That's what people are going to say. That's what everyone around you is going to say. That's why I don't let people know that I have money. I don't let them know that in my day-to-day life, right? They have no idea. Michael Saylor explains how Bitcoin could hit $10 million per BTC.
And if you just want Bitcoin to be successful, when you hear the Bank of Shanghai is rolling out a Bitcoin ETF, custody of the Bank of Shanghai, you would say, that's great. That's going to give access to Bitcoin to 1.5 billion people in China. Okay. And they're going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin is going to go up to $10 million coin. So here's the question. Do you want the billion people in China to be rich? And do you want to be rich while the Chinese government still has a bunch of laws that you may or may not agree with? Or do you want the people in China to be poor and you to be poor while the Chinese government has a set of laws that you don't agree with?
Pretty easy.
Or do you think that you're so great, you're Superman, that you can just go and topple the entire government by barking on Twitter? It's like, I just don't think, right, that you're going to topple, an entire sovereign nation with your ideology. So
$10 million Bitcoin, guys. I'm out at $1 million. I'll tell you that much right now. I am out at 1 milli. All you Algorand fans out there, let's check out the Algo review. Crypto reviewing, the overview of Algorand. So Algorand is a decentralized layer 1 utilizing pure proof of stake for secure, efficient, and scalable decentralized enterprise applications. So coin info price is 14 cents 7. It's actually like 18 cents now, I think, because it had a big pump. Market cap 1.2 billion, supply 8.2 billion max in circulation. So almost 100% in circulation. What do we got here? Okay, so narrative layer 1, 820. All right, so the project, 10,000 TPS capabilities, 38 million plus accounts. The fee is unbelievably low. 301 is a gas fee, 2.4 billion plus transactions, 2.8 second finality, 10 out of 10 for the project. Utility, Algorand is used for transactions, DeFi smart contracts, rewards, governance, tokenization, and soon DeFi staking as well, guys. So utility gets a 10 out of 10. Roadmap, Algorand main focus is to improve the capacity, reliability, block latency, and decentralization. 10 out of 10 for roadmap. Team gets a 10 out of 10. Algo was founded by Turing Award winner Silvio Micali, who used to be Gary Gensler's friend until Gary Gensler tried to sue him, backed by a large experienced team. Social, 10 out of 10. Algorand have 338K followers on X with an average of 250 plus likes per post. Tokenomics are an 8 out of 10. Algorand has a max supply of 10 billion with 82% in circulation, 1.3 billion locked in staking pools. I think that 1.3 billion is going to go much higher, though, guys. When they launch their DeFi staking, it's going to go way higher. Partnerships, 8 out of 10. British blockchain, universities Nanyang, East London, Florida, Nigeria government. Exchanges, it's listed almost everywhere. Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, OKX, Kraken, LBank, HTX. So Conviction gets a 4 out of 5 stars, 9.4 out of 10. Very nice, guys. I am a big fan of Algorand. Hopefully you guys are too. This is just hilarious, so I had to show it, guys. Check this out. Pentagon has just failed its 7th audit. It says it cannot account for what its $824 billion budget is spent on. 60% of the money allocated to the Pentagon is unaccounted for, and they cannot tell you where it went. That is highly sus, guys. That is highly, highly sus, in my opinion. Whale Alert shows another 50 million USD transferred from Tether Treasury to Kraken, guys. Big purchases are on the cusp. All right, we have another video here for you. I confirmed we have 10 lawmakers in 10 different states who are ready to put Bitcoin as a strategic reserve legislation. Check it out.
Here with Dennis Porter, future Senator Porter. How you doing, Dennis?
Absolutely doing so good. Glad to be here in El Salvador. It's my new home away from home. For those that don't know, my parents have lived here for 15 years, and so it's exciting to finally come down and be able to visit and hang out with everyone and truly experience everything that El Salvador has to offer.
I did not know that your parents lived here for 15 years.
That's right. They've seen the entire journey, and they have been very excited about the progress that El Salvador has made. We have seen this country absolutely move the right direction. Crime is at an all-time low. There's buildings everywhere. There's massive infrastructure projects. We're like watching an underdeveloped country become a developed country in real time.
Absolutely, absolutely. But listen, I want to kind of pivot the conversation to what's happening in the States. A major, major election sent shockwaves throughout the industry, but you have really been focusing on the state level. And you made a major announcement today just to kind of give you guys a quick recap in case you guys haven't been tuning into the news. A couple days ago, the state of Pennsylvania, representative of which, Dennis, you spoke with him, announced that Pennsylvania is potentially seeking to put Bitcoin on their treasury, which is massive news. But you made an announcement today on stage that, did you say 10 other states are looking into that as well?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the state of Pennsylvania has absolutely introduced this strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation, and it's not the only state. It is just the first domino to fall. We are speaking with lawmakers across the country. We have now up to 10 states who are interested in introducing this type of legislation. So that means that we have 10 lawmakers in 10 different states who are ready to introduce strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation. And this is just the very, very beginning of the movement. We're going to see some news on this probably just within a month or so, maybe less, here in the United States of another state introducing this type of language. But it doesn't just stop there. We also have 4 different lawmakers in 4 countries across the world who are also interested in using our model language of Satoshi Action to have their state start buying Bitcoin.
This is absolutely massive news because, I mean, you're not only seeing this on the federal level, but you're seeing this on the state level, which, I mean, I think one pressures the other. Is that correct to say that?
Absolutely. We definitely see that FOMO building from the states, because as the states are going to be buying Bitcoin and passing these types of legislations, all of a sudden it makes a lot more sense at the federal level. We often call the states the laboratory of democracy. And that means that there's a lot of opportunity for trial and error, for trying new ideas out and seeing if they'll work. We've seen so many things happen at the state level and move to the federal level. And so that's what we're trying to do with Bitcoin, strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation. Pennsylvania is the first state. We'll see another state soon. And hopefully, all in all, at the end of this, one of these states will pass this legislation into law, truly locking in the reality of a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States. And hopefully then that will lead to something that happens at the federal level.
That would be absolutely massive. It would literally massive break the internet. But I mean, Dennis, you have been very, very successful at passing other legislation in terms of protecting the right to self-custody, protecting the right to mine in various states throughout the states.
Yeah, that's right. And so what's happened is we've put ourselves in this position position to be able to help lawmakers pursue cutting edge, innovative policies like SBR language, because we have already helped them introduce and pass legislation across the country. We have legislation that's been introduced in over 20 states, and we have passed law in 4 states. 4 different governors in 4 different states said, yes, let's protect the right to mine Bitcoin. Let's protect the right to self-custody, the right to run a node, the right to peer-to-peer transactions. And that set a foundation not only for those states to pass more innovative technology policy, but also for us to be in a position to say, hey, we've been here, we've done this, and we can help you get this legislation across the finish line.
Incredible. What would be, we're kind of heading close to the top of the hour, but what would be if, there's 6,800 people watching live, almost 7,000 people, what would be your message to policymakers and regulators in the United States, potentially if they're feeling a little bit uneasy about Bitcoin, they're not completely sold, what would be your message to them?
Well, Bitcoin as a technology has so many benefits that it can offer. Oftentimes when we talk to lawmakers, we get rid of all of the technical components of Bitcoin. We often say that most people don't know how the internet works, but they know what the benefits of the internet can offer. We know that we can watch this live stream in the middle of this conference. We know that we can call an Uber and call a car to pick us up. We can order Amazon online. And so lawmakers understand the benefits of Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining when you deliver that message to them. And now we're going to be talking to them about how they can secure their future with strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation. You can protect the security and the economic viability of the individual states, especially in the wake of what's the last decade, the incredible amount of monetary debasement that's taken place. I think it's even more important that the states have strategic Bitcoin reserves than the federal government, who has a money printer and doesn't have full exposure to the negative impacts of monetary debasement.
Yeah, because it protects the sovereignty of the states. All right, one last thing. Dennis Porter, talk a little bit about the fact that Bitcoin is bipartisan. It is for everyone. It is not a left and right thing.
Absolutely. I mean, for those of you that don't know me, I've spent a big part of my career advocating for Bitcoin as a nonpartisan or bipartisan technology. There is something in Bitcoin for both sides of the aisle. We see conservatives clearly love the sound money argument, the freedom component that Bitcoin has to offer. But those on the left-hand side of the aisle really do appreciate the ability for Bitcoin to be able to service the needs of people who don't have access to financial services, and also that it is not a money that you can discriminate with. You simply cannot discriminate with Bitcoin. It is open and permissionless, and that is something that appeals to everybody on the left. I mean, it appeals to everybody broadly, but it's something that the left truly cares about.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Porter, CEO of Satoshi.
I really do agree with him that it's more important that the states have sovereignty by having Bitcoin on their strategic reserves as opposed to on a federal level. Check this out, guys. Bitboy Crypto faces lawsuit in fraudulent Ben token promotions. I told you guys, I warned everybody about this when he was shilling it every day, right? Ben Armstrong, known as Bitboy Crypto, is no stranger to the limelight or controversy. Armstrong, a famous influencer, and his associates are facing a class action lawsuit filed by investors regarding the Ben token. The plaintiffs alleged that Armstrong and his team actively promoted the Ben token, promising considerable returns to potential investors. He did do that, guys. I can't tell you how many times I came on this channel and said, I played little clips of him telling people, we're going to do this with Bitcoin, we're going to do that, and it's going to be worth so much money all the time. And I said, that's a security offer, man. You're telling people that your work is going to increase the price of this token, right? That's an investment contract. Like, anyway, the point is he was doing that. He was telling people that, right? The plaintiffs alleged that Armstrong and his team, however, many of these investors saw significant losses instead. The CEO's fall and legal conflicts. All right. So Armstrong's entanglement with Ben began with his public endorsement of the token. Launched by influencer Ben.eth in May of 2023, his brief tenure as CEO ended within a month, leaving behind a trail of disputes. His role in the promotion of Ben reportedly contributed to his removal from the Hit Network, a subsidiary of BJ Investment Holdings, in August of 2023. Personal challenges further clouded his departure. Ben Armstrong also faced substance abuse allegations, which he partly admitted, and a legal issue over a Lamborghini that resulted in his arrest. Armstrong's troubles did not end with the lawsuit. The Commodities Future Trading Commission is investigating him as part of a broader inquiry into fraudulent activities across 15 cryptocurrencies, including Ben token. The probe zeroes in on trading practices and wallet connections linked to Armstrong and Hit Network, the media company he once dominated. The spotlight intensified when Armstrong admitted to accepting payments for promoting tokens, some of which were scams. Despite these revelations, he insisted the endorsements were not deliberate attempts to deceive. Guys, that's why I don't do sponsored content here. Do you have any idea how many crypto projects email me on a daily basis trying to get me to promote their stuff? I wake up now to 5 or 6 every day, and I don't even respond to them, right? I don't even respond to them. This guy will take money from anybody, right? Armstrong's legal troubles are ongoing. He recently filed and quickly dropped a defamation lawsuit against influencer Erling Mengschol, popularly known as Atozi. The case stemmed from Atozi's sharp critique of Armstrong's advice from promotional activities. Armstrong later regretted the situation, adding to the negative attention surrounding his reputation. In another legal misstep, Armstrong planned a class action lawsuit against Celsius after its bankruptcy. He later changed his mind upon recognizing his involvement in promoting the platform. These incidents reflected Armstrong's growing legal challenges as he navigates his public career. So the guy decided to try to build up a class action lawsuit against Celsius, right? He tried to get everyone on board and then realized, oh, wait, I was part of that. Never mind. Let's not sue them anymore. You can't write this stuff down, man. Or you can't make this stuff up. That's absolutely hilarious. Ben Armstrong's future in crypto is uncertain due to his growing legal issues and increasing public scrutiny. The Ben lawsuit and the ongoing CFTC investigation highlights the critical need for transparency and accountability in the crypto industry. In this space, trust is valuable as digital assets themselves. Again, that's why I don't do paid content, because I'm not biased. If I'm talking about a project and I like it, I talk about it. If I don't like it, I let you know. Nobody pays me for anything. Once a symbol of crypto optimism, Armstrong's path forward is now unclear. His situation warns other influencers in the volatile world of digital assets. It shows how quickly a reputation can unravel in such an unpredictable space. Yes. Well, I mean, it's not new. I mean, Ben's been promoting scam tokens and stuff like that for like 3 bull runs now. I've been around the whole time, and I've seen this guy the whole time. He shills whoever will pay him. He will shill their stuff. He does not care about his audience at all, right? All right, what do we got here? The demand for Bitcoin is here, and there will be no stopping it. You think things are getting wild now? Just wait till retail joins in, guys. Look at the ETF purchases. January, look at February, 116,561 Bitcoin picked up there. Absolutely crazy, guys. October was a beast as well, 76,823. And so far in November, 38,615. All that Bitcoin is no longer available for purchase by you and I. Gone forever. All right, what else do we got here? Ripple CEO meets with Donald Trump amid ongoing SEC battles. Brad Garlinghouse recently met with the former president Donald Trump, sparking widespread speculation in the cryptocurrency community. This unexpected development comes as Ripple continues to challenge the U.S. SEC's appeal of a court ruling that XRP, Ripple's token, is not a security. That's actually not what the appeal is about. The appeal is not whether XRP is a security. So that is a falsehood right there. The meeting has fueled discussions about its potential impact on Ripple's legal strategy and the broader cryptocurrency landscape. Notably, Ripple has faced significant challenges during the Biden administration. No kidding, that's an understatement. With the SEC lawsuit being a major hurdle, the legal battle began with the SEC alleged that XRP was an unregistered security. More so, a recent ruling favored Ripple, declaring that XRP is not a security when sold on the secondary market. However, the SEC has appealed this decision. No, they didn't. That is not true. The SEC did not appeal whether XRP is sold as a security on the secondary market. That is not part of the appeal. So that is a false statement in the article. So I'm going to stop reading it right there because they don't have accurate information. Continuing on with Brad Garlinghouse, though. Brad Garlinghouse, if you want to be able to, if you want to enable the Internet of Value, you have to connect the whatever something of value. All right, check it out.
One of the first banks that Ripple signed. So today we have a product in market that's we're releasing version 4. When we launched version 1.0, which is always an exciting time for a tech company, you release a product, it's version 1.0. We launched that product. We were partnered with one of the largest banks in the Middle East, and we went to market and we went live. And we had a call from a very upset Middle Eastern banker saying, "Wait a minute, people can see my transactions. I don't want people to see my transactions." So look, blockchain is powerful and a public ledger can be leveraged to make transactions. But banks, I mean, if every SCB transaction was written to a public ledger, would SCB be excited about that? The answer is no. I'll tell you very certainly. The nature of how we have evolved our technology, yes, some of it, XRP is a public open ledger. A different part of Ripple's technology that connects banks to the liquidity solutions, these are private. Think about it almost as a private temporary blockchain between two banks. It's cryptographically signing the transaction, holding it in escrow, and releasing it at the same time. So you never have a situation where a transaction doesn't complete. But the point I would make is, those who espouse this idea of, look, all transactions should be open. I look at that and I think, that is not the real world. We can talk about the origins, particularly around Bitcoin and to some of the degree other tokens, has been this idea of, hey, we're going to circumvent governments. We don't want the government involved. We're going to circumvent banks. Look, Ripple, we come at it from exactly the opposite point of view. Governments aren't going away. By extension, banks are definitely not going away. We can enable banks to enable an Internet of Value. If you want to enable an Internet of Value, you have to connect the repositories of value. The repositories of value are the banks. We want to work with the banks, with financial institutions, with payment providers, with Linlin Pay or PayPal or fill in blank, to dramatically accelerate the nature of how payments occur today and reducing that friction.
That's just it, guys. Everyone, you see some of these content creators with XRP and they say, "Oh, XRP Ripple's going to replace Swift and stuff." No, they're not trying to replace Swift. They're trying to work with Swift. They're trying to work with the banks and stuff like that. So many people have it wrong in this space. It's unbelievable. Growing legislative support accelerates efforts to hold Bitcoin on in national reserves. As countries face the volatility of their currency and foreign exchange, there's a growing interest in using Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. During an interview with Yahoo Finance Live, Anthony Pompliano highlighted a global government migration towards incorporating Bitcoin into the state's treasury. This is partly due to the concerns over currency devaluation seen in the US dollar, which is inflated by approximately 25% over the last 5 years. That is, Pompliano also stated that while gold can be mined indefinitely, Bitcoin has limits and that it makes it a suitable addition to the National Reserve. And he's not wrong there, guys. The push for Bitcoin reserves is wider than the U.S. Smaller nations like Bhutan and El Salvador are already accumulating the cryptocurrency, leveraging their agility and lower risk profiles compared to global powers. Meanwhile, in the U.S., states like Florida and Pennsylvania are exploring legislative measures to allocate portions of their pensions and state funds to Bitcoin, underscoring the widespread domestic interest. Recent legislative developments underscores the growing interest in Bitcoin as a strategic asset. In Pennsylvania, a bill proposed by Republican Representative Mike Cabell seeks to allocate 10% of the state's treasury asset to Bitcoin. This move follows a bipartisan bill to provide regulatory clarity for crypto users, reflecting a proactive approach to embracing digital currency amid federal regulatory uncertainties. Moreover, Senator Cynthia Lummis has been a vocal advocate for Bitcoin integration at the national level. Her proposed Bitcoin Act of 2024 aims for the U.S. to acquire 200,000 BTC annually for 5 years. The initiative reflects a strategic approach to bolster the nation's financial status without exacerbating its debt. With the senator also suggesting a swap of gold reserves for Bitcoin to further this aim. The crypto community is actively participating in the push for Bitcoin reserves. The Satoshi Act Fund reported over 120,000 letters to state lawmakers advocating for the strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. This grassroots campaign illustrates the significant public backing for transformative financial policies involving cryptocurrencies. The implications for global economic dynamics are profound as the U.S. and other nations consider integrating Bitcoin into their financial strategies. Adopting Bitcoin could mitigate some economic challenges like inflation and national debt. By providing a non-inflationary reserve asset, the strategic acquisition of Bitcoin by countries like the U.S. could safeguard national economies and significantly alter global financial landscapes. You love to see it, guys. You absolutely love to see it. We got a couple more. I got a little bit of a reminder here for you guys from Donald Trump speaking at Bitcoin 2024.
Today, and Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before, even beyond your expectations, and you are the people that are doing it.
It already started.
As we stop the war on crypto, we will immediately, and we'll do this very quickly, begin to build our economy, because when America is prospering, Bitcoin is soaring, and it'll go up with it. We had the greatest economy ever, and we will soon have it again. Under the Trump administration, the typical middle-class family income rose by $6,000 a year. People don't like mentioning that. America had more money to save than at any time in many decades. As a result, during my 4 years in office, now you have to listen to these numbers. These numbers are like beautiful. And I don't want to repeat myself. Listen to these numbers. As a result, during my 4 years in office, Bitcoin surged by 3,900%, from $898 the day I took office to $35,900 the day I left. That was the biggest jump, I guess, in just about any industry. Think of that. Now compare that to just after 3.5 years of Biden and Harris, adjusted for inflation, Bitcoin is up 50%. Now, 50% sounds good, but not when you're comparing it to almost 4,000%, right? 50%. You know, normally you say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's not put that into the speech. No, 50% is not good when people can't afford groceries.
Well said, man. Well said. And then we got this from Wrecked Capital.
How long will the Bitcoin bull market last? So the halving in of itself as a reference point for price tends to act as a bit of a mirror. 517 days before the halving, we saw a bear market bottom occur in Bitcoin's price action. The 2020 cycle is quite similar to this 2024 cycle, and here's why. Because in 2020, it took, before the halving, 517 days for Bitcoin to bottom in its bear market. And then it took 549 days after the halving for Bitcoin to peak in its bull market. And just notice how whenever there's a 547 period, there's a 518 period. Then just like in the 2020 cycle, it may take Bitcoin actually 550 days to top out. And if we say to ourselves that this parabolic phase in the cycle is going to be similar amount of time, then we do have a time period of some 300 days in the parabolic phase. How long will the Bitcoin bull market?
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. All right, let's go back over to the Bitcoin and JASMY charts. Bitcoin took a little bit of a spill earlier, but it is recovering back up over 90,000 now, guys, staying above this trend line on the symmetrical triangle, which is fantastic. All right, let's get back into the chat, see what's going on out there, guys. We got Mario says you're going to hate me for this, but how about Canto? Thank you, sir. My friend, I can look at your project, no problem, man. There's a little thing at the top of the chat. It says goal. If you participate in that, I will look at your altcoin for you. Right. What do we got? Jetpack in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Guys, make sure that you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be awesome to have you stick around, help the channel grow. Absolutely means everything. We're a fantastic community, guys. Fantastic community. Nothing but love, nothing but profits, nothing but gains. GT's in the house. What's up, man? Logan, I want to confirm that if I set a sell order, yes, if you set your sell order, it will stay there, my friend, till you cancel it. But I would not recommend setting a sell order now for something that's going to happen months from now. I would not recommend doing that. WF Capital in the house. He's back, baby. Good to see you, man. Lord of the Realm. What's going on, man? What's going on? Funky's in town. Matt, yo. Ben Sheba, Doge Army. Baby Doge Army, JASMY Crow, MMF, and LBR to the moon. Nice. JASMY was doing good, etc. Flushed down. Man, you're always so dramatic, Asuna. You're always so dramatic. You see a tiny little 2 or 3% dip in price, and you act like it's a 50% drop or something all the time. Dumb Money, what's going on, man? In the house, but Green's portfolio. Look at BTC, it's crashing. Square rounds, nah, that's not a crash. That's just a slight correction. What do we got here? David with a Y, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Everything's red for the past hour except at DNT. What's got it back bucking the trend? I don't know, man. It's usually just something random, right? Can you tell me a good entry point for JASMY? Honestly, man, we dollar cost average here. So, I mean, right now would be a good entry point on JASMY, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not financial advice. You got to do you, but right now is a good entry point. It's having a little bit of a correction on the hour right now. So, Zeta Chain, got to put it in a super chat, my friend, just like everybody else. Beebs, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. XRP is also fire. Yes. XRP is absolutely crushing. XRP's been boosting my portfolio for 2 days now, man. It's crazy. What do you think? OG Libra Finance with 6.9 million coins in circulation and an all-time high of $4.63. I think I've heard of it, but I don't know much about the project, man. I do altcoin requests, but you got to participate in the goal at the top of the chat for that. Bitcoin's pulling back a bit. Yeah, it's still outside of this symmetrical triangle. So as long as we stay in this structure, I'm fine with it. If I'm looking for a trade on JASMY, what would be a good entry point? I can't tell you how to do your day trading, my friend. I never make recommendations when it comes to swing trading and stuff or leverage trading. But if you're just spot buying, then it's not a bad entry point or DCA point right now, in my opinion. Les, looks as if Bitcoin dominance is a huge has a huge effect. Oh yeah, absolutely it does. You know what? Let's go look at Bitcoin dominance right now. Let's go have a little looky-loo. See, it's weird that the dollar, the DXY, is making new all-time highs, which is strange, right? Because normally it's opposite of Bitcoin, but they're both kind of pumping, right? What do we got here? Yeah, it's kind of dumping a little bit. It's trying to dump. It's back down to 60.31 right now. So fell down pretty high, pretty low earlier, 59.63. So yeah. Yep. I don't think it's done yet, though. I don't think Bitcoin dominance is done yet at all. Altcoin, I'm not really expecting altcoins to really start running until probably the end of December, beginning of January. Right now, what's happening with altcoins is they're just catching up to the price action that Bitcoin's been having, right? That's all that's happening right now with altcoins. It's not altcoin season right now, guys. I know it feels fantastic, but it's not altcoin season right now. Stellar joined in on the XRP fund. I saw that. Yeah, man. I saw that. Tom in the house. What's up, man? Boomer, what's up, fam? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. My buddy got lucky and bought a bunch of quant yesterday before the pump. Nice. That's awesome, man. Congrats to your buddy, man. Venom, so glad I got in on JASMY early. Yes, absolutely, man. Squirt Reynolds, YouTube really should be stuffing my butt with ads on channels I'm subbed to. Coinbase and Uphold seem to be fine, but you also have had XRP listed for, yeah, exactly. China becoming crypto friendly will be, yes. I said that all year last year, guys. I said that a lot of money was going to start pouring into the digital asset space from the East, right? From China, Hong Kong, Japan. We're going to see a lot of money flowing in from over there. Dumb money, tell him, Rob. You do you, boo-boo. Absolutely, man. BMO, will JASMY be able to reach the all-time high of $5 by 2025? In my opinion, no. Bitch. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Matt. Rod, only the strong will survive. He's going to be called a butt boy after the stint in prison. Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Tony, the Chinese government will never let its people have a digital coin. I don't know, man. I think that they'll allow them to hold it in terms of an ETF and stuff like that for sure, because they're having a lot of problems. Here's the thing, Tony. They have to control it. They have to allow people, and they have to find some way to control it and track it, which you can track blockchain transactions, because so much money is flowing, so much capital is flowing out of their economy because of digital assets right now, right? They can't beat it, so they have to try to find a way to monitor it, right? So that's why China is going to adopt crypto. JASMY to $17. Let's freaking hope so, man. Magic Power in the house. I hope one day I can get a hold of one BTC and never sell. That's the goal, man. That is the goal that we're looking to do. JASMY at $17 per coin in 2025. The super cycle is coming. Super cycle coming. Nice. With JASMY at $17 in 2025, everyone will all be already sold 100% of their tokens. Meanwhile, you'll be buying back at $2 to $5, $7. Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, right? Magic Power. You're absolutely right. Is that a lot of people say, oh, I hope it's $17, but I mean, most people will sell way before that anyway. So even if it got to $17, you probably wouldn't be holding it anyway. If you're holding a couple million and it gets to $4 or $5, you're probably bailing, right? So absolutely. Hey, Rob. Hi, Rob. How are you? I'm good, man. I'm good. Do you believe someone with 1 million JASMY can become a millionaire? I do believe so. Not in one market cycle, though. Not in one market cycle. Magic Power, Beebs. Nick, what's up, buddy? Entry point 203. Yeah, hey, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. It was a good entry point. Zen, what's up, man? What do you think of Bitcoin on ICPs? I'd have to do a little bit more reading into that, man, to know more about it. It's in ICP, ZK, BTC. I'd have to look into it a little bit. Matt, I'm only selling 50% of mine. Yeah, that's my goal right now, too. That's my goal, man. Yo, from New Zealand. Nice. That is one of my target places, guys, that I kind of want to move to, either New Zealand, but I got to be honest with you, man. Lately, with Trump and, the no capital gains tax on American companies and stuff, he's really making me give my head a shake and consider moving to the States, man. He really is. But I plan on having condos in multiple places. So I might have one in New Zealand and one in the States and just travel around, right? So, yeah. Either way, guys, that is the news. That is the chat. We're all caught up. Thank you guys for being here. I will be live tomorrow over on the Patreon. Make sure you guys are over there, guys. Book your one-on-ones with me now. The spots fill up very fast, guys. Every day I'm getting people scheduling more and more. It's been exploding. So join the community over there. We have everyone from experts to beginners. And you can schedule one-on-ones with me. We do group Zoom calls. We go live every single day over there too, guys. We help you with your portfolio structure. We help you with exit strategies, with profit taking. Last night, we did a live group Zoom call, all of us on the Patreon, and I laid out a plan that I have for the next 5 months about how I'm going to be taking up my profits and stuff like that. So get over there, guys, and get a plan set so you do not miss out on your profits. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. I will see you guys every single day. Be here live, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Central Time. 2 live streams a day, 7 days a week. See you guys tomorrow. Deuces.